Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's dramatic reading of Megan Adams' script, The Cowgirl of Suburbia. This script was the winner of Theatre by the Bay's second ever 24-hour playwriting contest, as chosen by our esteemed judges. We are grateful for the care and consideration they took in selecting our winner, as it was not easy. 14 submissions by playwrights from across Simcoe County with a range of tones, styles, and themes. However, Megan's script delighted our judges with its sophistication and the way it built in the 3 secret prompts with care and intelligence, especially considering that she only had 24 hours to write it. But we want to thank everyone who dove into this contest. Writing a play is not easy, and you should all be extremely proud of what you've accomplished. Now, for all our writers out there, I'm going to welcome Leah Holder, our Education and Creation Coordinator, to say a few words about the options available to you through Theatre by the Bay so that you can grow your craft and potentially take the scripts that you wrote to the next level. Please welcome Leah Holder.
Hi, my name is Leah, and I'm the Education and Creation Coordinator with Theatre by the Bay. And I just wanted to say congratulations to Megan on her wonderful script, The Cowgirl of Suburbia, this year's winner of our 24-hour playwriting contest. And also a huge congratulations to our runners-up, as well as everyone who took the time to write a play over 24 hours. We here at Theatre by the Bay are so excited and inspired and rejuvenated by local work. So we continue to want all of you folks who live in Simcoe County to send us your stuff, to send us your work, participate in our many activities that are about fostering, inspiring, and continuing to work on your craft. Some of those activities include the Barrie Theatre Lab, which runs the first Monday of every month, our Spark sessions, which are a few Wednesdays a month, which are kind of like an accountability session so that you can come together with your fellow writers and work and write. And we also have our professional workshop series, which runs once a month in a variety of spaces and times. And we look forward to seeing you at any one of our educational activities.
Thank you, Leah. Now, I would like to bring on Megan Adams, the writer of the winning script, The Cowgirl of Suburbia, onto the call. Hello, Megan.
There I am. Hi, thank you so much for having me, and thanks to everyone at Theatre by the Bay for putting on this contest. It was a really fun and unique weekend last weekend.
I bet. Tell us a little bit about what that process was. What was those 24 hours like?
Yeah, so I joined on to the live call that Leah and Iain did, like many of you watching may have as well, where they shared with us the secret requirements. And then I kind of ate dinner and let the ideas come into my mind. And from there, you just got to jump in because you got 24 hours. So that was my process. It reminded me a lot of improv. And some people watching might know that's what I came up doing in Barrie. So I was like, this is just improv, but a script.
Amazing. And do you have any advice potentially for people who might consider trying it for the first time next year?
Yeah, I love that question. Thank you. So my advice would be not to go back and read your work until you're done, because that's literally how I work as a writer, even when I don't have deadlines. I find for me, and you'll discover your own process, but for me, I have to kind of push out this like slab of marble before I can chisel it into something that looks like anything. Like if I don't have that at first and I just go back and edit, then I'll just end up with a sculpture that has one like really nice arm, but the rest like not working out, if you're following my metaphor here. So my advice would be don't edit till you're done.
Amazing. And is there anyone you want to thank or anything you want to say?
Oh, thank you. I would love to thank my mom and dad. I know they're watching and they're always watching my endeavors. And if I could, I would love to as well just quickly promote my own indie theater company. It's called A Bit Much Productions. And if you follow us at A Bit Much Productions on Facebook or at A Bit Much Prod, P-R-O-D on Instagram, you can learn about what I have coming up next, because I have a digital theater experience of my own coming up next month on November 19th. So just wanted to get that out there. And thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm just so thrilled to be part of the Theatre by the Bay community.
Well, thank you so much. Congratulations again. And I hope you enjoy the dramatic reading tonight.
Yes, break a leg, everyone. I'm so honored to watch you perform.
Thank you, Megan.
Bye.
Awesome. Now, Finally, I just want to thank the city of Barrie, so Amanda Dyke, Stephanie Schlichter, and the whole team there for helping make this contest a reality through the Ontario Culture Days festivities. I also want to thank the Ontario Trillium Foundation for its support of all of our educational initiatives, all of which were mentioned by Leah in her video. And finally, I want to thank the amazing team that are going to be reading the script tonight and working on the script tonight. Gabby, Dawn, Michael, Thomas, Takaya, Richard, and Shania for all their amazing work today. Really delighted to have had this opportunity to work with you all again. And yeah, it's, unsurprisingly, I should say, because you're all fantastic people. So that's it for me, and I hope you enjoy the dramatic reading of The Cowgirl of Suburbia.
The setting. Elena's apartment that she inherited from her grandmother. A table and chairs, stage right. A couch, stage left. Scene 1. Lights up on Elena's small but warm apartment. Elena and Bryce finish their dinner at the table. Behind the table is a large painting featuring a cowboy standing before his homestead with a satisfied expression on his face and red cowboy boots on his feet.
There's more on the stove if you want any.
No, this was perfect. Thank you.
He rises, and so does she. She reaches to gather the plates, but he takes her in his arms.
I'm lucky to have you to cook for me.
It's easier to cook for two.
You know, if you moved in with me, I could try cooking something for you, even though I'm horrible at it.
Bryce.
I know. It's all right if you aren't ready to.
Thank you.
And it's also all right if I want you to.
I suppose.
Oh, come on. At least give me that.
She returns his affection.
All right.
You can't live in this granny flat forever.
Seeing as it was my grandma's granny flat, I think I can plead some sentimentality. And it's a good location. I can walk to the bank.
I know.
And to the thrift store.
I could drive you to work.
And to the thrift store?
Well, we could get you a car, and then you could drive to work. But you love to walk. And you don't want to move in with me.
It's not that.
It is that.
I like my space.
Oh, there's plenty of space in the suburbs. You know, our house is one of the biggest in the development.
I know.
And when I designed it, I was thinking of you.
You didn't know me when you were planning the development.
But I did when I was designing the home. And for the last 3 years, it's a big house.
Too big for you?
I like my space too, but there's room.
Well, I like my granny flat. At least for a little while longer.
All right.
At least I don't have it decorated the way she did with all the crochet doilies and rooster memorabilia.
You kept the painting.
I like the painting.
I know you do.
Call me tomorrow?
She leads him to the door.
I love you, Al.
I love you too.
Bryce exits. Scene 2. Elena clears a table and sits down on the couch. From behind the painting, the cowboy steps out. Another actor dressed exactly like the painted figure, right down to his red cowboy boots. He moves sparingly and doesn't leave place before the frame. Though he can't get close to Elena or touch her, there's a warmth between them.
Are you ever going to marry that boy?
We don't believe in marriage.
I'll never understand those new fandangled beliefs of yours. He doesn't like me.
He likes you fine.
You're doing him no favors bringing him over here to grovel and beg.
Bryce doesn't beg.
He's soft. In my day, a young buck would sweep you over his shoulder, bring you to the church, and be done with it. I'd do it myself, if it weren't for my dear Sarah.
A lot's changed since then.
You would like it better.
I'm not sure. Maybe.
I'll never forgive that artist for not painting my wife into this picture.
Me too. You'd probably be less chatty.
Hey now.
I'm kidding, Ralph. It's not your fault I talked to a painting.
To be sure, it ain't.
Whatever psychosis I'm going through, I'm not about to blame a canvas.
Well, I'll be damned. That would wound me if I wasn't so strong and dashing.
I'm sorry, Ralph. I'm just tired.
Arabella never got down on herself about our talks, you know. Never talked about psychoses or nothing.
When I was little, I thought she was indulging me.
Nope. She spoke to me until the day she died, God rest her soul.
She was open-minded.
She was a fierce woman, and she deserves every blessing of the eternal resting place.
She was the only other person who talked to you?
That she was.
So the common denominator is...
McLeod woman have a screw loose upstairs?
I was going to say living in the shoebox with you is ill-advised for mental stability. Maybe Bryce is right, and I should put you in storage.
Ha! You're all talk.
You're right. I never do that.
You refused to join his homestead.
It's not a homestead. It's a development.
Are the homes there sturdy? You don't want to catch a draft. Winters are rough in these parts.
There's central heating.
Cedar. That's a good sturdy wood that keeps the wind out. Sanded and grooved so there are no gaps. There's a trick to that, I can tell you.
We use machines for all that now.
Machines?
Yeah.
No use for much machinery when homesteads are so few and far between. Each man tends to his own with his own two hands. And for the bigger tasks, we come together. That's how it's always been, Elena. Homesteads. 1 or 2 for every 20 or so miles.
It's all developments now. Just suburbia.
That's the name of your beau's homestead development?
It's just a name for a group of homes where each one is the same.
It's like that even here?
Kind of. We're closer to the downtown strip, which makes it a bit more stimulating, but this town is mainly suburbs.
So a suburb is not the country and not the city. It just is what?
Yeah, it just is.
Scene 3. Lights up on a thrift store. Racks of clothes, a change room with a curtain, upstage left, and a checkout counter, downstage right. Elena shops with her sister, Christine. A sales girl, Molly, stands behind the counter.
I've always said thrifting is so much more satisfying when outside of the city.
You should post that on your blog.
God, no. Then everyone would know my secret. It's less picked over here. Many treasures to be found. I'm not virtuous enough to share.
Except for with me.
What's mine is yours. Maybe I'll post a story after we leave.
Elena finds a long red prairie dress on the rack and holds it out.
Oh, what have you got? It's kind of old-fashioned, but it suits you.
Yeah, I think I'll try it on.
Molly approaches them.
Can I start you a fitting room?
Yes, please.
Molly, you're so big now.
Growing up will do that to you.
You're not finished high school, are you?
2 years to go.
Oh, that puts me somewhat at ease. Do you and your family still live in that darling farmhouse where I used to babysit?
We sold it, actually.
That was part of the land Bryce bought to expand the development.
Oh, right.
So we live up there now. Mom says we may be seeing you around even more, Elena.
And how do you come down to work then? You take the bus?
Oh, I have a car.
Molly can drive. Oh, God. I'm getting old.
I'll set these up for you.
Thanks.
Molly places the dress in the change room and returns to the counter.
So you and Bryce are the talk of the town.
Hardly.
I should visit more often, especially now that I'll soon have a guest bed to sleep on instead of Grandma's couch.
We can both stay at Bryce this weekend if you want. I have things there.
Are you happy, hon?
Yes, I'm happy.
You're not. I can see it on your face.
I don't have anything to be unhappy about.
That's not the same as being happy. You don't have to stay in Grandma's apartment forever.
So I keep hearing.
Not just for Bryce, for you.
I like Grandma's apartment.
I just want you to know that there are other options for you, other places.
I know. I've come and visited you in the city.
And do I look happy?
Obnoxiously so.
That is what I aim for. And I don't have a Bryce.
You've had a few Bryces like figures.
Bryces, Patricks, Alfonsos, even some Pamelas. The point is, you don't need a person to make you happy.
But I am happy.
You're not. You're just being dishonest with yourself.
Is that what you really think?
It is, hun. There are thousands and one ways to love in this world. But the fact that you're not jumping up and down at the chance to move in with him, that means something.
I just want more time.
Ugh, time won't help it. Bryce isn't gonna change. He's not gonna magically become somebody different.
I'm going to try on my dress now.
Elena disappears into the change room.
He's not going to magically become somebody you want. And the longer you stay in it, the more dishonest you'll become. It's better and braver for you to set yourself free. It will hurt like hell, but it'll be worth it.
Elena reappears in the prairie dress.
Oh, that is a nice dress. It really flatters you.
Thanks.
You're lying to yourself, Ely.
Just stop.
I'm just trying to help.
Not everyone is like you, Christine.
Well, say more on that.
Not everyone puts themselves first every second of every day.
Well, they should. It's incredibly healing.
And not everyone begins life anew every time something feels slightly off or they find some minor imperfection. Some people build things to last.
Fixers. Those people are fixers. And they're often miserable in their toils.
Cedar.
What?
It's a good wood. Strong. And if you sand it down just right, there won't be any cracks.
I didn't know Bryce's team used cedar on any of the builds.
They don't.
So you think Bryce is cedar?
I don't know. I have to go.
Elena grabs her bag from the hook and races out the store, still wearing the prairie dress.
She never paid for that.
Ugh, I will. God forbid she pay for anything when she's the one with the inheritance and the loaded boyfriend.
Are you gonna go after her?
No, I think I'm gonna let her cool off.
Scene 4. Lights up on Elena's apartment. Elena rushes in and throws herself down on the couch.
You all right, Elle? You all right, Elle?
No.
Want to talk about it?
I never thought Christine would say that.
Why is it always the sister?
If anything, I thought she'd try and convince me to move sooner. She loves fancy appliances and 3-car garages. She's not nearly as avant-garde as she pretends to be.
She hurt you.
She just says whatever pops into her head. It could be different tomorrow.
She hurt you. Did she say anything that was true?
No, she doesn't know anything.
I didn't mean to make her cry.
I'm not crying.
Will you stand?
Why?
Dry your tears now. Stretch your arms towards the sky. Do you see how big you are?
That's not really a compliment.
You mistake my meaning. That's a real pretty dress.
Thanks.
You're made for wide pastures, Elle. Maybe it's that land of suburbia you talk about.
The development?
Sure. Or wherever you want. I wouldn't dream of telling you what to do. It's for my own best interest, really. I ain't trying to be relegated to the laundry room.
I'm going to go away for a while. Ralph, see if I can make this work. Christine will stay in Bryce's guest room unless she flees back to Toronto at the drop of a hat. She never appreciated Grandma's place anyway.
Not the way you do.
Yeah.
That's why you're my favorite.
Don't change anything while I'm gone.
Yes, ma'am.
Will you be lonely?
Don't you go worrying over me. I'm as right as rain.
Scene 5. Lights up on Bryce's living room. Bryce, Elena, and Christine have a glass of wine.
You've really made something for yourself here. I hope you're proud of it.
Thank you. I am. It's gratifying to see the culmination of so many years of work.
And there are a lot of families moving in soon, too. People immigrating to the country, some retirees, too. I think it's going to be really nice.
It was important to me that some of the subsidized housing be included. We have the space with the new plot that we were able to secure, and the company's not hurting for money.
Tax benefits?
That doesn't hurt either.
I'm looking forward to getting to know the neighbors.
You'll probably be the one dropping off baskets of blueberry muffins or volunteering at the community center, huh?
I like to commit.
She's always been a good Samaritan.
What about you, Christine?
More of a chaotic neutral, I'm told.
No, I mean your work.
Oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, whatever kind of fills my cup.
Oh, sounds relaxing.
She has an art show next month. We could go if that would be agreeable to you.
Of course. Come see the sculptures.
We would love to go.
The timing will work out too. I'll be settled.
Yeah, Elena's moving in for real.
You are?
We made the decision just before you got here. It feels right.
Ugh, how splendid.
I won't sell Grandma's place, but I don't know what I'll use it for. You're welcome to use it to store some of your art or to have a showing in town. I think she would like that.
Well, I'm never in town as it is, and, well, the aesthetics.
Right. I know you never liked it.
I'm just happy you like it. The energy isn't right for me. It feels too small.
That's what I've been saying.
But Elle likes it, and that's what matters. She must like you an awful lot to leave it behind, even if it's not completely.
Hey, I'm a lucky guy. And you know what? It's sensible to keep it. We could always rent it out.
Maybe.
Well, cheers to you, lovebirds. Thank you for inviting me into your sumptuous home. I'll retire now if that's all right. I'm getting on the road early tomorrow morning.
You're not staying?
Something popped up in the city.
I guess Barry's too small for her too.
I'm a big person. I need to go where my energy flows.
I get that.
Do you?
Scene 6. Lights up on Elena's apartment. Elena and Bryce stand by the door.
You can stay the night,
I know, but I prefer to sleep in my own bed.
Our bed.
Yeah. Tomorrow, everything becomes ours.
Hard to believe.
Yeah. It's a good thing that I thought my bank teller was cute all those years ago and decided to ask her for her number, huh?
I think so.
You know what? Don't worry about all this big stuff. I'll come by with a company van in a few weeks and we can move it all then, either into your place or into storage, whatever you want.
Sounds good.
But you packed all the small stuff, right?
Yes, I packed the small stuff.
Okay, then. I guess this is goodbye.
For now.
They kiss.
I love you, Al.
I love you too.
Bryce exits. Cowboy steps forward.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, am I part of the small stuff?
Not in the slightest. Do you want to come tomorrow?
Well, gee, I'm not sure. I haven't left this wall in 80 years.
What?
I was here when your grandma, Arabella, moved in. She never told you that?
No.
To tell you the truth, I'm not sure you can move me.
I think I need to do this on my own, Ralph.
I knew you would say that. Wise woman.
But could we try to move you in a few weeks when he comes with the van? Would that be all right?
I don't see why not. As long as you're gentle, I'm not as young as I used to be.
I don't want to be sad that it's my last real night here.
Then don't be.
Wow, thanks.
Put on one of those Western films, will you?
The Clint Eastwood one?
Oh, yes, I do like him.
Elena sits down on the couch and points the remote towards the TV. Western music plays and time passes as she and Cowboy watch the movie. By the end, the swelling outro music plays as the credits roll.
Things tie up too perfectly in movies.
I thought a practical young lady like you would appreciate that.
I do, but I don't. It's too clean. It's not real.
I do like watching them. They get some things right, you know.
Really?
The brothers in arms, the hot-blooded fights, the ladies swooning outside of the saloons.
Did you frequent saloons?
From time to time.
They get the romance wrong.
Oh, how's that?
It's all fantasy. Not everything has to be this time-stopping moment.
No, not everything.
Have you ever felt that way, Ralph?
Oh, yes. About my dear one, almost always.
And you never regretted choosing to spend your lives together? There was never a moment where you felt yourself check out?
I had no regrets, but there was a moment.
What was it?
Now, don't go spreading this around because it's not good for my ego, but there was a moment when I felt like leaving the Wild West behind. I know I've got a good face and a good height to me.
And you're very modest.
And there was a time when I thought about trying to make it in the picture shows. Now, don't laugh. This was a serious fork in the road for me. I had the chance to make my way to Tinseltown, but that was never Sarah's dream. She loved wide pastures, simple passions, and I loved her. I don't regret it.
You're full of doorknob confessions tonight.
What I do regret is letting my vanity get the best of me, allowing that artist fella to paint me without her. Because when our time on Earth ended, she went and gone to the glory place, and I ended up just here.
I'm so sorry, Ralph.
Well, there's no use humming and hawing about it. What's done is done.
I wish I could do something to help.
I won't have that, Elle. You know you do help. Now, I'll give you one more confession if you promise to keep it between you and me.
What's that?
My name's not Ralph. That was a name Arabella made up for me, and I didn't have the heart to tell her. My name's Walter Farley.
Scene 7. Lights up on Elena's apartment, stripped of all its knickknacks and belongings. The static cowboy painting is on the wall, sans actor. Lights down. Scene 8. Lights up on the thrift store. Elena stands at the counter as Molly rings up her purchase.
I'm sorry to be unloading on you like this. It was just my first real breakup, and I can't really talk to my mom about it because she never liked him anyway. He was in grade 12 last year when we started going out, and now he's in college, obviously, so he came home for fall break, and he just dumped me.
That sounds hard.
It is hard. Thanks. But the hardest part is I'm the one feeling guilty. He's the one who dumped me, and I feel guilty. But do you know what it is, Elle? I pictured my life with him because I didn't know what else to picture. It's like the images had no emotion attached. And it felt good to be wanted, especially by a senior, but I never asked myself why I wanted him. To be honest with you, Elle, I thought about ending it. I thought about ending it at semi-formal last year because I wondered what it would be like to see other people or be just by myself for a while. But I didn't. I don't know why. It didn't hurt me to stay with him. If anything, it helped. People knew who I was, and I liked having someone. But now he dumped me. And it was hard. Yeah. Thanks for saying that. Because I tangled myself up in him a lot. Especially when my mom told me not to. Do you ever find when someone tells you to do something, it makes you want to do the exact opposite? Why do we do that? Maybe it's just me. I hate when people tell me what to do, but it's over now. So I don't know. I guess I'll figure out what I want to do. The world feels strange now. Not bad. I can't figure out if it's bigger or smaller, but I feel bigger. Do you think I got taller?
You look a bit taller, yeah.
When do people stop growing?
18, I think.
That sounds right. Anyway, that'll be $29.50.
Scene 9. Lights up on Bryce's living room. Elena and Bryce sit on the couch watching a movie. The same Western outro music plays from the earlier as the credits roll.
Wow, your taste is so eclectic. I love that about you.
It's a classic movie. I don't think it's super unique.
Well, I wouldn't have thought to pick it.
Would you ever want to visit the desert? Or maybe the Alps? Or go hang gliding?
Wow, that's a lot of questions.
I feel restless. I feel like I haven't done anything.
Well, we're building a life right now, and that's a good thing. And we can travel if you want to. I always pictured traveling a lot more when I was retired, but hey, I can take a vacation next year and then we can go to the beach, huh? Swim with the dolphins.
Will you pick the movie next time? Pick something unexpected. Maybe something I don't know that you like.
All right. Usually I just go with whatever is rated top on Netflix.
She kisses him unexpectedly and passionately. It's awkward.
Do you have any regrets in life?
No, I don't really think of life that way.
Me either.
Scene 10. Lights up on Elena's apartment. Christine knocks on the door. Elena opens it.
You broke up with him, didn't you?
Uh-huh.
Come here.
They embrace. Scene 11. Lights up on Elena's apartment. The furniture is gone, and Elena stands in the emptiness. The only object left is the painting on the wall. A cowboy stands in front of it.
So I'm going to Toronto for a bit. I'll stay at Christine's.
Living with Christine, now I've seen everything.
Well, Christine's off on a sojourn to Paris, so I'll be alone for the start of it. You know I like living alone.
In the big city? I always saw you as more of a country girl.
Who knows? It'll be nice to get some perspective. You wanted to go to the big city once.
Yeah, that's our little secret.
Are you sure you don't prefer I leave at Grandma's? I will visit. Who knows? I may even come permanently someday.
I'm not afraid of a change of pace.
I'm happy you said that.
Bryce enters through the open door. Cowboy slips behind the painting, and only the static version of him remains.
Thank you for doing this. You really didn't have to.
Hey, I said I'd help you move the big stuff. I didn't know I'd be moving you into the city and not into our place, but I'm a man of my word. You know that.
Well, yeah. Christine and I already brought the furniture downstairs.
Yeah, the boys are loading it in.
I was hoping you would help me with this, though.
She gestures to the painting, and they move towards it and begin taking it off the wall.
You sure you want to donate everything?
Everything but Cowboy. Coming with me.
I'm surprised you wanted to move anything at all. You keep this place like a time capsule, minus the roosters.
I'm ready for a fresh start. I want that for you as well, Bryce.
We don't have to talk about this.
You're right. Sorry.
They have the painting off the wall and awkwardly carry it towards the door.
You didn't have to string me along like that.
I didn't mean to, and I'm sorry.
I don't know what it felt like for you, but I thought it was forever.
I know. And I shouldn't have made you believe that when
Did you ever feel the way that I did?
Of course I did. It's complicated.
They try to move the painting around the door frame, but they are out of sync with the argument.
It wasn't supposed to be complicated, though. I thought that you were reliable. I thought that we were...
With a crash, the painting collides with the door frame, and the door handle pierces the canvas. Elena and Bryce drop it, and it clatters to the floor.
Jesus, Elena. I did not mean to do that.
Of course not.
Oh, I'm really sorry about this. I know how much you love that thing.
It's fine.
Are you okay? Are there any splinters in your hand? Or...
Oh, fine.
Well, how about
It's all right. Bryce, go downstairs if you would, and Christine will go with you to donate Grandma's things, and I'm going to clean this up.
Are you sure? Because...
I'm sure. Please go.
Bryce exits. Elena sinks to her knees. Scene 12. Lights up on the thrift store. Elena enters.
Hey, Elena, I heard you're moving to Toronto.
Yeah, for a while.
Oh, that's so cool. I'll miss seeing you around. Want me to help you shop? It's dead today.
Thanks, but I'm just going to have a wander.
Okay. I'm here if you need anything.
Elena looks through the racks and eventually comes to a stop in front of the shoe display. Her eyes widen.
How long have you had these in?
Molly approaches her.
Which?
Elena bends down and picks up a pair of red cowboy boots.
Huh. I've never seen those before. But the owner is always bringing out stuff from the back that I have no idea about. Does that make me a bad employee?
Elena stares at the boots.
They're men's, so they're not going to fit you. I wonder what kind of cowboy chooses bright red boots.
A particularly vain one.
Yeah. You're really into this Western style lately. Or I guess you have always been. You're like our Cowgirl of Suburbia. Or I guess Toronto now.
How much for these?
Honestly, I'd have to check.
Doesn't matter. I want them.
Okay. What are you going to do with them?
Not sure, but they remind me of a friend.
The end.
Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Congratulations again, Megan, and a huge round of applause, virtual round of applause for our amazing readers tonight. Yay! Awesome job, team. Thank you so much, everybody. Thanks again to the City of Barrie and Culture Days Ontario for making this event happen. Thank you to everybody. If you are interested in all of our programming, check out our website, theaterbythebay.com. And yeah, if you like these kinds of events and you want to help make stuff like this happen in the future, please consider making a donation. We've included a link in the chat. And yeah, that's the way we can do stuff like this, is from donations from the community. So thanks again, everybody. Have a great night, and we'll see you next year for the third 24-hour playwriting contest. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.